Hello everybody, this is of course the great and glorious Tarot Show, in which I, the fantastic and amazing NickDutch, will be doing tarot readings for you people. What I am personally is a professional tarot reader, okay? This is actually my job. I know some people think, oh my god, he must be a crazy person. No, I'm not a crazy person. I'm just an ordinary, regular, guy next door who just happens to do a very different form of job. Now, you can use tarot in lots of different ways. There are some very strange people out there, some very dubious people, and some people try and use their tarot readings that they do for people for other dubious purposes. I myself have a different interpretation because I try and do it for the best good of the people I'm doing the various readings for. So if you approach it from that point of view, then you've got a better intention, and therefore you can give a better result and a better service to other people. So I regard myself as being one of the best because the way in which I try and do things. Obviously, I've still got to make a living. It's it's a bit like a commission-only sales job in some respects, because basically there's no basic income to the job. It's all a question of how much hard work I can do. So that's something else you obviously have to bear in mind. But on the other hand, my intention is still to try and provide you with some good. A tarot reading is, legally speaking, a entertainment service, okay? That's something else you've got to get clear inside your heads. I'm not going to give you the answer to life, the universe, and everything. I'm just here to basically use this particular variety of entertainment service to try and provide you with some clarity of thought, insight, just a moment to be able to sit down, think about your life in a different way, and so on and so forth. Now, I do this work over the telephone, and there should be some links down below to the various websites upon which I'm working, which are UK companies which have an international presence. So no matter which country you're in, whether you're in the European Union, whether you're in the UK or USA, you should still be able to get in touch and basically see what's coming through for you. Now, I've got a whole list of inquiries on the computer. You can submit your own inquiries on the Tarot Show by sending me an email to nickdutchtarot@gmail.com. That adds you to the rota. I might not necessarily be able to get it in the next Tarot Show, but you're in the rota, okay? So I can then get onto your inquiry. I don't do questions related to pregnancy, medical matters, childbirth, death, and all that kind of stuff, because basically that would be like, not right. I'm actually under some quality of regulation, all right, which I think is appropriate because it's an issue of something ethical, and I will also not read upon issues to do with speculation and gambling. All right, there's plenty of other people who can provide you with investment advice, but essentially my job here is to just work on the things I can. To the most part, people tend to ask about their relationship life, their marriages, in some cases their divorces as well, but also the people that they're interested in, the people they want to connect with, okay, as well as their family, their friends, how they're getting on socially, the dynamics in the workplace, all that complex human social interaction stuff, which basically we're not given a manual on when we're born, okay? We can go to school and we can learn about, I don't know, the speed of light, we can learn about how cogwheels work, we can learn about cellular growth and all that kind of cool stuff. But can we actually learn all about human interaction? Basically, we can't. And that's essentially where the allegorical mysticism of the tarot, combined with someone like myself who has a good background in the social sciences, in my particular case, can also actually help and provide you with a bit of perspective, okay? So that's just a bit of a background, or at least one out of many points of view about who I am and what I can do and how I can make you smile and all the rest of that kind of jazz. Remember, your inquiries on the Tarot Show here are free of charge. Alright? Nowhere else on the internet can you get me free of charge. You've got to get me here on the Tarot Show because this is my professional job, okay? Over the telephone, over the internet and all the rest of that kind of jazz. That's the way it works these days, alright? But do get your inquiries through nickdutchtarot@gmail.com, and I'll be more than happy to get on and do your reading. But let's get to the inquiries over there on the magic computer screen and get on with some readings. Okay, Jennifer R. I'm not sure whether I did your reading in the last show or not. I've kind of lost track. But let's shuffle the cards and give you a very quick overview about whether you should carry on this one particular path. Okay. Very simple 4-card reading for you. Okay, I'm going to show you the cards by holding them up because it's just a quick inquiry for this one particular one, as in should you carry on. Now, the way things are coming out today, alright, is that of change. All right, you're bogging yourself down rather a lot. There's a few negative signs there. I think that's more to do with the way in which you're feeling about your current situation and basically what's really going on. That's why we've got a sense of almost fear of action, a sense that your current situation is actually being like emotionally cruel to you in some respects, but also a sense of change. Now, those signs of change is rather transformational. Okay, taking something really bad and making it like really rather good, but it's happening out of your own willpower. And just to like illustrate that, the art card there talks about cooperation. So think about who you're cooperating with, who you're working with, and how you can try and turn things around for yourself bit by bit. Very important sign for you there, okay? Okay, DR, you've broken up with your partner. You'll want me to go read upon that first, and also you run a small business. You want to see whether that's going to work out okay as well. Let's have a quick look and see basically what's coming through. That's for D, spelled D-E-E, okay? Here we go. Alright, firstly on the romantic side of things, what kind of energy we got there. Let's have a quick look and see what kind of thoughts, feelings, moods, energies, and all the rest of that are going to appear for you today. Right. Standard 8 card relationship reading. You know the score, you know the spread, you've been watching the show long enough, but let me just quickly explain how it works. 2 for you, 2 for your partner, 1 for the energy between the two of you, and then short term, mid term, long term. Looking pretty difficult, very tense energy between the two of you at the moment, sense of, I would say, frustration, anger, misinterpretation, okay? But it's not destroyed, it's not ruined, it is a sense of there is difficulty or the energy of some ruin around you, but it's not completely destroyed. Now, on your side of things, you're a sensitive individual who's more or less in balance with the whole situation. In the fact that you understand it, you want to try and get some progress, things are actually looking okay for you personally. Because although you feel a bit rattled because everything's getting a bit difficult, there's no real sense of major difficulty with you personally. And that will actually latch on to your other inquiry. Now, your partner, okay? Your partner is where the problems are. Your partner is defensive, your partner is struggling, and there's a sense of conflict between the two of you, which makes me feel that they've got a lot of growth to do as far as like getting things up and running and all the rest of that and developing clarity. Now, progression short-term, mid-term, and long-term future suggests some communication action to try and bring something about. There are new beginnings, and the promise of new beginnings is further on down the line, okay? The Magician card is often very good at actually explaining and talking about the potential for new beginnings and healing, alright? But it's got to be in a balanced situation, okay? So, communication, touch of conflict, opening up some of the subjects, okay? Going into things in greater detail, trying to work together to try and bring things around again, and then the potential for new beginnings, okay? That's the story there. You've also got to take into account where they're coming from emotionally, and whether that actually resonates well with yourself. Okay. Alright, quite a curious and interesting reading there. On with the next one. Okay, Carlos, you want to have a look at the coming month and see what kind of things is coming through there. You've been studying your astrological side of things recently. That's a very good thing to do because obviously that can give you perspective as well. I personally don't use astrology myself. This is sort of like more my tool, you know, these two things here, okay? But whatever it is that floats your boat and actually helps yourself out. Let's have a quick look and see what energies you've got in the coming month. Alright, let's have a quick look. Alright, okay. This is the way it's coming out. Right. You're going to be involved in some kind of dispute, I feel. There's a sense of fear of failure, but no actual failure. A sense of growing in knowledge and wisdom as a result of some difficulty which is around you, and a sense of there being some individuals who are acting negatively or possibly even treacherously towards you, and your better energy has got to come to the fore when smoothing over the cracks and trying to bring about a sense of stability and progress. Very slightly conflict-orientated energy, but also conflict to heal. You can have conflict to disrupt, or you can have conflict to heal. Now, you got some negativity there, but essentially the idea is that you know, learning and growth will occur as a result of what you're going through. Now, there is some positive financial aspects to this, and there is some positive relationship aspect to this as to one of the other underlying, undercurrent meanings. It's like every single spread has more than one level of meaning as you go through it, okay? So the energy is in some respects you've got some positive things, but you've also got some strains on the way or stress on the way, which has got to be overcome if you want to get to where you want to go. Okay, Sheree, you went through a breakup way back on Valentine's Day. You want to see whether things can get back on track. I'll do a relationship reading between yourself and your partner to see what kind of thing is going on there, what kind of vibe is buzzing away, and we'll try and direct you in the right direction if you get my drift. All right, let's have a quick look and see what the Magic Tarot was talking about today. Here we go. Here we go. Right, a very interesting set of energies here. Let's do the short-term, mid-term, and long-term future part of the reading. There we go. Let's have a quick look and see what's coming through here. Some communication can be a little prickly, can be a little sense of difficulty there. I'm not quite sure what he's put you through, but on the other hand, that aspect of your life needs some work. Okay, you're already not completely split up. Okay, I'm just not seeing that. You might think, well, yes, I am. Relax. Remember to breathe, okay? Because the reading says you're not totally broken up. There's a reason that this has come out, all right? There's a sense of it being spiky and prickly and defensive and difficult. And on their side of things, all right, they still have feelings for you, but it's almost like they've been wrapped up in lots of little layers of neurosis and fear and panic and ignorance and not lack of understanding. So this positivity, this love energy was not able to, really shine out. And some of the passion here can in fact be negative at times. So essentially they've got to break through that to get on through to the other side. Now on your side of things, strength, stability, maturity, wisdom, learning, but also instructor or instruction. Now, when you were together, do you feel that this individual was possibly reacting to the fact that you're a very strong character who can be very successful, and they felt a little inadequate? Do you think that's a possibility? Okay. Treat them gently. When you reconnect, treat them gently, okay? We have progress here, okay? More of the similar signs from the last reading here, but also a sense of fun. So the energy has changed there somewhat from difficult, heavy, desperately trying to understand, desperately full of heavy knowledge or difficult knowledge onto, hey, let's chillax and have some fun together. Alright, and overcoming some form of negativity with a sense of positive connectivity passion. Now, the Devil card itself can actually be interpreted as being marriage sometimes, okay? So be aware of that. It means, bound together. There's a sense of binding or connecting there. And it depends upon how it interacts with the meaning of all the other cards here. So essentially, if we consider that he's already been bound up in one particular way, now we've got this other energy of binding, taking into account that's coming after a time of fun, that's not a negativity, all right? Think about it for you people out there who are studying tarot, okay? There's a progression. Okay, but essentially that defensive stuff has got to start moving away, and you've got to understand where you are, where he is, the energy between the two of you in short term, mid term, and long term to see how it's going to unravel. And I think there's a reason why I use the word unravel there, which you probably understand. Okay, on to the next reading of today. Okay, LB. I don't read upon speculation and gambling for moral and ethical reasons, and for people to carry on telling you you're going to carry on winning the lottery and you carry on losing your money on lottery tickets or whatever, then basically don't do it and don't trust them. Pretty please with sugar on top. Okay. You're a curious one, okay? Because this is a sporting and career inquiry, and there's a really cool sport which you want to get involved in. You want to try and turn it into something professional. That's going to be hard work, and I think you know it's going to be hard work, and there's lots of little issues to go through. Now let's just have a quick look and see what the tarot says, because obviously my job here is not always to tell you what I think. It's for me to tell you what the reading says. Obviously when I'm working on psychiclight.com, I tend to just do more psychic reading, but here on the tarot show, it's a show about tarot, so we're going to use tarot today, okay? Let's have a quick look. Right, interesting, very interesting indeed. Let's have a quick look and see what's coming through here for you. Okay, at the end, you want to be financially responsible, you want to look after yourself, but that's at the end of the game, alright? As you progress through, right now, lust, passion, desire, okay, you know where you want to go, man, but essentially getting there, is going to be hard, but your heart's set to it, your mind's set to it, you're enthusiastic, you know what you want to achieve, But now, boom! Now you got to hit reality, okay? Because from idealism to reality can be rather negative. That's why we got this discrepancy here between these two energies, between like power, determination. I will do it. I will do it. I will do it. And then, hey presto, going through the process of actually getting there. Sorrow, depression. Oh dear, because like, when you've come across something you really, really want to do and you go through the process, you'll then move into the learning of how it is actually done, and you learn what the game is really about. I don't mean what the game as in, what sport it is you're intending to do or achieve in, but I mean the game of trying to become professional and trying to make a living at it. That's where it can get difficult. But the progression we got then on changes in energy, okay? Positive, 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 with responsibility, namely achievements at the end of it. All right. And it's going to go through the process of peaceful understanding between yourself and the sport itself, a sense of revitalizing the flame. You had the flame earlier on, you lost it, you had to basically take a bit of time to think and to learn and to grow and to get perspective, mercurial energy to the point, to the target, so to speak. And then essentially things move on to reigniting the passion. You become the firebrand, you become able to ignite other people with enthusiasm, and then essentially it's a question of nurturing skills, developing, and then taking that final plunge, okay? And it's a long path. But it does seem to have a sense of there being an opportunity for you at the end there. Obviously, free will has still got a part to play, don't get me wrong. But on the other hand, yes, this is what I'm seeing, and I think it's looking quite good. Go for it. Okay, Carol K, you got onto your iPad way out there in Italy, I think it was, and you wanted me to do a reading upon a complex situation between yourself and somebody else. You've highlighted to me what the situation was, and basically, yeah, okay, yeah, okay, difficult. But let's have a quick look. 8-card relationship reading, here we go. Let's have a quick look and see what kind of thoughts, feelings, moods, energies, vibes, and all the rest of that is going to appear for you today. Here we go, here we go. Interesting, very interesting. Let's have a quick look at the cards and we'll take it from there, okay? Things, hard work being done, doing lots of action, running around in circles, okay? So they're trying to see themselves as being like a small cogwheel in a big complex situation, very difficult. They're looking optimistically to the future, but on the other hand, that feeling of optimism, is that necessarily corroborated by reality? I don't know. The sense of success there is between you and him, okay? The other party is not actually mentioned in this one particular reading for a very good reason, and I don't think that their energy is necessarily in cooperation with other thoughts, feelings, and all the rest of it associated with them getting in the way. Now, on your side of things, now things are rather different. Yes, we've got the ace coming out, but the ace has come out upright this time, which is a different message altogether. The strong sense of love and connection, you probably feel his energy when he's not around, but on the other hand, has he treated you well? Okay, maybe that's why we got the Ace of Swords there, because that's the variety of conflict energy and the need for communication from someone who's not doing their job. Okay, that's the way I'm seeing it now. Progression, okay. Right. Short term, mid term, and long term. Sometimes we do this. You've seen a tarot show before. You probably, realized that occasionally some cards come out again and again and again because some vibes tend to go through the whole tarot show. So again, a sense of fun and recreation. I'm seeing you guys being able to, chill out and, have cocktails out somewhere, which looks very, very good and positive. A bit of a sense of fun and frivolity. You can't have that unless you really trust the person. You can't have that unless you trust the person. So what's going to happen within 3 months' time that's going to bring about that trust? That's the question, okay? And then bring it into more of a state of control, and then essentially something else occurring. Now, to get your success, you've got to get through his thick head. All right, because he thinks he's taking action when he's not. He's spinning his wheels, all right? Now, the Three of Coins can talk about operation. It can talk about doing things productively. It can talk about one step at a time to try and get somewhere. In this particular case, his head's in the clouds and he's spinning his wheels. That's why it's a bad situation. But there's still the potential for success. So you need to have faith in that and carry on working towards the end goal. All right? And hello, pussy. Hello, little pussy. Pussycats, come and say hello to all the wonderful viewers out there on YouTube land. Hey! Come and say hello. Come and say hello. Meow? You're going to say hello like a little wet pussy you are. You've been out in the rain, haven't you, naughty little wet pussy? Yes? Yes. This cat's obviously made of magic because, he tends to appear whenever I'm doing important things on the internet with filming and all the rest of that jazz, you know, because he's a wonderful little magic cat and that's what he does. Isn't he cute? Yes. Now, is he going to let me actually get on with my job? Hopefully. Having a cat's just like having a child sometimes, you know, I mean, demanding attention, demanding to be fed. Oh dear, it can be rather difficult at times. It's just like, yeah, give him just a little bit more love and healing because essentially you guys need healing, so this or attention anyway. So this creature here, he needs attention as well. And if basically you all you people out there can like place your hands on the monitor right now, you know, put this video up to full screen, and place your hands on a cute, soft, fluffy pussycat. Okay, just reach out and do that. Okay, and send lots of lovely, warm, fluffy feelings and lots of warm, fluffy messages to him. I'm sure he'll appreciate that because I believe he's quite receptive to energy in various different ways, especially the energy of food and cuddles, and also disturbing me when I'm working and in the dead of the night when I'm trying to sleep. Isn't that right? Yes. Okay, go on, bugger off. Right, on with the next reading of today. Okay, Jesse, I'm glad the reading went well, and I wish you all the best of luck with your counselling course. Keep going for it, okay? Okay, that's right, I've still got the cat on my lap, bit of a baggage there, okay, but never mind. We got the reading for Bonnie to do now. I know the problem with that cat is, right, she's so damn cute. He puts a very silly smile on my face. So just the moment he comes up for a cuddle, I just can't resist. Anyway, Bonnie, you would like to know whether you're going to have great wealth. Well, I think we all want to have great wealth, especially considering the times that there are, you know, we've got at the moment. Well, let's have a quick look and see what's coming through for you here. Bear with me a second, please. Okay, quite a fantastic spread. I'll show you the cards. Right, the energy here is quite curious. Okay, so let me just try and explain what we've got here. The Hierophant is one of your key significators, not because it's a sign of wealth, because it's a sign of being able to obtain wealth. A Hierophant or a priest is someone who in the old world would have been given wealth, would have been given authority and power to be able to distribute alms for the poor and also money for the needy and all that kind of stuff all over the place, and also was a person that people came to in times of distress. Whether it was a spiritual issue or whether it was a moral issue, then the Hierophant or the priest would always be there. And it's very similar to today, okay? But on the other hand, we do things rather differently right now. Now, in your short term, it's still a question of gaining your knowledge. You've got your knowledge further on down the line, the sense of there being the ability to put knowledge into action because you've gone through a period of planning and preparing. And then there's this sense here of trying to be sensitive to other people's needs and also the surrounding vibrations of your environment, okay? Because if you look at the trends and how trends affect situations, what you can do is you can then use that to your advantage. And you're being portrayed here not as a warrior in a military sense, but a warrior in terms of a spiritual or emotional sense. So essentially helping people out, maybe doing some good for people somehow, charitable just like with the Hierophant to a certain extent, but also fluid and adaptable would probably be the way to go. So essentially the signs of abundance further on down the line seem to be following a certain trait, which is taking you over the next few years, it's not a question of months, okay, to a better position. Okay, Michaela Q, you're wonderful. You're absolutely wonderful because you're going to be, well, you'd like to be, or you're working towards becoming a registered nurse. And you've got like qualifications and work experience and all that kind of stuff to get, but you've got a goal. Okay, I speak to people all the time, okay, every single day. It's part of my job, all right? And some of them have goals and direction and some of them don't. And that's why there's a bit of a difficulty going on, basically, because like some people, they want to do what's right for themselves and some of them don't, but you know where you want to go. Now let's see whether the reading actually speaks about you having a good quality, longer term future. Okay, let's have a quick look and see, because you're concerned about getting through all the academics and basically getting there so everything will be alright. So let's just see what the tarot says. Right. Not bad. Let's have a quick look. Very bright and sunny for you in this one particular reading. Very literally, we got the sun card and it's upright. Thank the Lord, okay? Again, a sense of joy and victory, but this is not with your head in the air, okay? Not with your head in the clouds, because you had to go into the astral, into the creative world to try and get a bit of clarity as to what you wanted in the first place. And then there's a sense of purpose in this particular case. Yes, The Sun card can speak of gold, it can speak of wealth, it can speak of success and achievement in lots of different levels, alright? But it can also just quite simply speak about warmth, being in the right place at the right time, being loved, being looked after, and going towards something which is actually positive, okay? The Charioteer reverse suggests that you're actually moving with the current. Okay, if you move against the current, it's a stress. If you move with the current, it's smoother. So we've got a very military card there, coupled with a few signs relating to victory and warmth, and it's reversed. So it's not reversed because things are cold or things are difficult. In this particular case, things are easy or going with the flow. Okay, it's basically, even though we've got fire and air signs, we've got a water message amongst those three cards there, taking into account the whole energy and flow with your question, with the energies I'm getting, and all the rest of that. Okay, now further on down the line, excellent sense of healing there. There's obviously a healing mirror within that particular sign, if you know what I'm talking about, okay? And so essentially that goes on with the medical profession, okay? Undoing negativity, taking people to a position of freedom, okay? Freedom from oppression, and also cooperating with people to try and bring about wholeness, all right? Wholeness is important when balance between opposite forces, and knowing how to mix and blend things to bring about the right result. So that's mixing your social skills with your sensitivity, with your knowledge, okay, into the crucible of wisdom so that you can finally get a final result. Bringing all of yourself together into a point and being able to do something positive. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Very nice indeed. Okay, the show isn't over yet. We've still got a couple more readings to do. There's loads more out there. I know I've been shirking my work and I've been production lining the tarot shows for you. I know. But on the other hand, I'm still here and I'm still working, okay? So just have faith, okay? Keep your inquiries coming through, nickdutchtarot@gmail.com. And if you want to catch me live for a professional reading, because, the tarot show is not as regular as it used to be, then basically go to the links below. Mario, hi there, how's it going? Okay, wonderful that, you're still inquiring here. We did a reading a long time ago, isn't that right? Yes, of course it is. Okay, so, right, let me just talk with you first, okay, about your situation of having broken up a relationship a couple of years back and the fact you still feel guilt, okay? Some people say that guilt is called condemnation. Okay, it's like a something you apply to yourself. But the situation from that time, it's not happening today. You feel that guilt, you just got to let it go. Go into your meditation, okay, and use that as a means of trying to get rid of the negativity and bring about some stronger positivity. Because basically that's something which has just got to happen for you. You need to let it go. As far as does this person have any bad feelings, we'll have a quick look and see what's going through between the two of you at the moment. Here we go. Right, okay, well let's have a look at this energy in a slightly more philosophical light, shall we? Difficult between the two of you? Yes. Alright, do they still feel a bit of negativity? Yes. Will they be positive to you? I feel so. Now this card is reversed, as you can see there. Alright, very negative sign, very negative energy, but it's reversed. I feel that they realise that you are in a difficult space. And you were both in a slightly more childish position at the time. And now you're both basically a bit more time on, a bit more wise, a bit more clear-headed. Okay? Now, if you carry on dwelling upon this, that condemnation energy will carry on building and you'll feel worse about it. But if you allow it to grow, then essentially there'll be a sense of joy on your side of things, which is going to be quite positive, alright? So I wouldn't worry too much. Now, there's a great deal of positivity in the future with a sense of overcoming negativity and a sense of spirituality and clarity of thought there. So I don't think it's going to be too bad when you do speak again. But just don't let that condemnation get to you. Okay, Willen, you want me to have a look at your relationship and see basically what's coming through? Here we go. Interesting. Okay, bit of a standard one here. Let's have a quick look. Right, energy between the two of you looking like it could be quite miraculous. There's a sense of good vibe there. On their side of things, desire to try and make things work out. Yes, big signs of sensitivity towards you. We had a lot of very strong, good quality energy coming out today. And this particular reading is no different. And I would say that this is actually pointing you in the right direction if you get my drift, basically, with a sense of there being potential for success there. On their side of things, that's your side of things there. Bit of self-doubt maybe, but on the other hand, self-doubt and a desire to work hard to overcome the obstacles with a sense of there being miraculous energy there, which counteracts the negativity All right, so it's more like a question of positivity and hard work rather than negativity making the hard work even harder, and the opportunity for success and achievement there. Now, the miraculous signs working there can counteract the water signs, but won't counteract the emotional loving connection associated with that. So you got miraculous and positive change and positive success there, which can actually operate. That's why this is such a powerful card. Now, if there was, if there weren't any other jokers in the card, this one here, namely the Prince of Wands, would essentially be a former Joker in its own right. Represents the energy of the Archangel Michael from the Bible, okay? So essentially the good angel of death, the one that destroys all the evil forces. And then essentially love and knowledge, depth of understanding, sense of clarity, and connectivity. This is curious. Now, you don't rightly know each other all that well right now, okay? But you got opportunities. Think about the positives, dwell upon the positive, banish the negative from your mind, okay? And then everything else will start to work out according to plan, potentially. Obviously, you've still got free will, but the potential, the omens there, okay, is basically like looking like it's moving you in the right direction. So I have a lot of faith for where you can take this. Okay, well, that was the tarot show with the wonderful me, of course, the great and glorious, soon to be famous, one day NickDutch, alright? We've done today is we've gone through a couple of readings. If you want to appear in the tarot show, or let me rephrase that, if you want your inquiry to appear in the tarot show, the email address you use is nickdutchtarot@gmail.com, which is a wonderful, wonderful email address. I'm glad it wasn't taken, if you know what I mean. Alright, get your request sent through, your first name, your date of birth, and your inquiry, okay? Also the first names of the other people you're inquiring about. Let's say it's your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your son or daughter's boyfriend or girlfriend, okay, or both maybe, depending upon, what's going on there, I'm very liberty minded. People ask me about everything on the face of the planet, and I've had the whole world, I'm telling you, come down the line, at me down the telephone. So essentially, no matter what the situation, I can be quite wise to it, and I can probably help you out in very big ways, no matter how complex the situation is. All right. Now, but do bear in mind, this is my job. All right. I do this for a living. Sure, I'm giving you the wonderful benefits of having the tarot show free of charge, so you can just submit your query. You can watch it here on the wonderful YouTube. Okay. But on the other hand, this is still my job, and if you do want to give me lots of lovely money, namely to hire me to buy a tarot reading from me live over the telephone, alright, which you can do these days, there's links down there, and I would strongly recommend you use them on Kumar, which is kumar.eu for the European Union, .com for the USA, and .co.uk for the UK. You can catch me on pin number 2483, and Kumar is spelled K-O-O-M-A. The other website is psychiclight.com. And that one is for both the USA as well as the UK, and it's also international as well. And on that one, my PIN number is 2020. Now, if you do want to make an inquiry, go for it. Obviously, it's still a legally regulated service, but I'm sure you can use it, just to offload and get some perspective and have a conversation and just a nice chat if you want. Alright, this service is there for all kinds of things. It's a question of trying to provide you with perspective and the kind of healing which comes from a conversation. Obviously, I do apologise that we were disturbed today by my cat, but what can you do? I've still got lots of inquiries to head for and to deal with. So, I will try and get organised on the basis of workload and all the other commitments I've got, and try and get another tarot show done out soon, okay? But remember the email address, NickDutchTarot. Don't forget the links in the information box, and we'll take it one step at a time, and so on and so forth. And I'll really look forward to speaking to you again soon. And so will my cat, who loves you too. Alright, doesn't he?